Heat is probably the best Need for Speed game on this generation, but that's not really saying much at all, is it? Because the 3 previous ones have all been pretty terrible. This year, the gimmick is that there's a day and night cycle. So during the day, you can do street races that are illegal and get money. And then at night time, you do street races that are slightly less legal because it's night time, and you earn reputation. And you need to be a certain rep level to be able to unlock parts and cars, and then you need the money to be able to buy the parts and cars. At night time there are cops, in the daytime there are not. It's never made entirely clear what makes the street racing during the day more legal than the nighttime racing. Apparently there's some sort of event going on, but like you're still just driving on the streets at high speeds, interfering with civilian traffic and stuff like that, and it just seems weird. The soundtrack is better at night as well, I found, but that's just my cup of tea. And crucially, there's nothing really that wrong with the game. It's just there's nothing to really recommend it for either. It looks very pretty. Once you get some better cars than the starting one, they handle fine. There's a fair bit of customization options, though I'm incredibly disappointed with the undergo options that I've picked up so far because none of them are particularly visible. But that's exactly it. It's just fine. There's a story. There's of course a story.
Scrappers down there do business trading rare parts. Now I just know they got a grill for a '67 Camaro. Only trouble is, I can't get them to sell. Think you could go down there and plead my case?
No problem.
Thanks. Oh, you should know, these guys don't like using roads. So I tuned a car and sent it down there, just in case you need it.
Yeah, because I don't have any off-road cars at the moment.
Hey, it's Wayne. I got something lined up if you're interested. Proper track this time. No warm-ups.
I kind of want to talk about the game, if you want to stop talking over me. There's essentially 3 or 4 different storylines going on at the same time, and you kind of have to progress them in order to be able to progress. There's a drift thing, there's the circuit racing thing, there's the street racing at night thing, which is the most interesting of all of them because it's got some, cops involved, dirty cops at that. And then this off-roading one that just unlocked. Now, I'd went into an online lobby to show this off in particular. When you're in a lobby with other people, you can challenge all in your lobby. So there's currently 4 other people in this lobby. Seriously? I was parked, and you hit me. I couldn't have set it up if I tried, honestly. So yeah, there's 4 other people driving around in this lobby, and if they choose to accept the challenge I've set, then we'll all take part in the same race, and we'll all get more money for playing together. Someone left our game. But the main problem with that is the fact that anytime I've played this online, nobody wants to play it with you, which is suboptimal. And then because of the fact that it didn't actually start, the event is cancelled, as opposed to just starting with just you. And then sure, you can mash R1 all you like, but it's not actually going to start. You gotta drive away, get some distance, and go back to be able to race on your own. Oh, and of course if you choose to play online with the servers, if they go down for maintenance, then you can get kicked out of the middle of a race, which is, always nice. That happened to me on my very first stream of the game. The presentation's fine. Like I say, it's a good looking game. The Frostbite engine does wonders with that. But it's more racing games. I feel like Grid had a better handling model and a wider range of different kinds of cars and disciplines to do. like with the nature of it being an open world city, you're doing a lot of street racing. A lot of street racing. An awful lot of street racing. Because it's a city. That's all there is. Like, basically, this game is not as good as Burnout Paradise, is what I'm getting at. And I would say they should just remake Burnout Paradise, except they did. And I still haven't got around to playing it again since then. Like, there's a variety of things in it that just, they could be tweaked to be a little bit more exciting. Like, you've got Nitro. It recharges over time. If you were driving in oncoming traffic, it doesn't charge any faster. If you get near misses with cars, it doesn't charge any faster. If you slipstream, it doesn't charge any faster. Basically, there's no incentive to drive riskily. That's what, just drive. Oh, now it seems I was wrong. There's actually no civilian traffic during the daytime. I guess that's what makes it different, is there's other cars on the road for nighttime racing. Makes it super illegal. As I say, I kind of prefer the soundtrack during the night. There doesn't appear to be any way to swap between them, or like edit the playlist, so you can just have the songs you like on there. Honestly, this just isn't my cup of tea for this music at all. Like when it comes to racing games, I basically just hold Ridge Racer Type 4 up as the gold standard for playability and music. But crucially, like I say, there's things that could be done to make it better. It's not a bad video game. It's just not worth 70 quid. And while it's better than their previous attempts at Need for Speed this gen, it's still not any good. Like, I don't find myself sitting wanting to play it for particularly long periods of time. I've mostly been spending time on it this week, A, to give it a fair shot, and B, as a break from Death Stranding, because it's a significantly different gameplay experience. There's a decent range of cars available in the shop. There's also a bunch of things for open world challenges, like finding all the flamingos to unlock your car, or doing billboard smashing, yeah, stuff like that. It's just none of it is super exciting or anything I want to do in particular. Like, I didn't really mind doing the nighttime storyline stuff, except now I have to do more daytime races to progress that. Just, I'm not that interested in the story. Don't want to do other disciplines to keep going with the one thing I'm interested in. So I'll probably just YouTube the rest of it. So yeah, that's Need for Speed. A decently sized city, looks to be lots of different races. They all kind of feel the same because you're just driving on roads, but that's... I'm not a big fan of racing games. I haven't been if you've watched any of my reviews of racing games on this channel.
The news is saying Shaw's still on the run.
You worried?
Aren't you? The guy's seriously unhinged, and we took a massive dump on his life.
If he's smart, he'll stay away.
Smart isn't a word that comes to mind for this guy.
Maybe Mercer took him for a little drive. Lots of gators in Granada Marsh.
Huh. I wonder what stupid tastes like.
Like, that's the kind of caliber of dialogue. Like, most of the storyline stuff has been pretty predictable. But like I say, it's fine. You know, it looks good. It's a shame that I'm not a big fan of the soundtrack. It handles fine. There's lots of things to race, but it's just incredibly generic. It's not for me, really.